Guys,
We're on the clock.
it's time for our bonus question.
Throw me a freaking bonus.
Nice.
You worked
Okay,
on that
so
all week.
yeah, we did. There's a lot of information lately. Okay,
Don't we call
so
it Jonas bonus? Don't we
the Jonas bonus, extra tall content, extra tall.
Oh, my son does not like this question.
I know he apparently is not a fan of Make Solo 2 Happen.
Nope.
All right, so up we have Todd Degrosseilliers. He asks, since Jon Favreau has said they plan on having a bunch of Easter eggs in The Mandalorian, and Dave Filoni helped build a lot of the canon lore for Mandalorians, do you think we'll see a lot of references to the stuff from the Clone Wars, like the dark saber? James, I'm going to start with you on this one, because I feel like you are our biggest lore person and get a lot of these references quicker than John and I do.
Well, I missed stuff, but my gut right now is that Bo-Katan is going to be in the show, and that they're saving that. My reasons for that would be her saying in an interview about her, hey, are you going to be in The Mandalorian? She goes, Disney makes you sign a big NDA. Can't answer that. Mm-hmm. So that's pretty much a yes. And then recently, Dave Filoni was like asked about any of his characters and specifically mentioned Ahsoka, but it says any of your characters coming to live action, and he started laughing and stuff. And I'm like, that's because she's already in it, Mm-hmm. And last time we saw Bo-Katan, she had the Darksaber. She was like the leader. She was the tippy top of the Mandalorian. Yeah. So if she's in the show, I think she has the Darksaber, and I think that's just another big way to win over fans of Filoni's other two properties, because the Darksaber. So I personally, I think absolutely yes. I think they're going to fill it with like these little tiny things here and there. We watched like a short little reel and we're like, hey, look, it's the guy from, oh, look, it's a thing from, oh, that's a reference to, mm-hmm. And that was like 5 minutes. Mm-hmm. So yeah, I think over the course of however many episodes, it's definitely going to have some cool references for everybody.
It's
who
8,
pays
right?
attention to the wider lore. What?
It's 8 episodes.
I think so. Yeah. Yeah.
Lacey, what do you think?
I'm going to ask you first.
Oh, well, you asked James first, so you're going to ask me second.
Well, I meant like first of us.
Okay. And then I'll ask you first.
Okay.
I think yes, but I think it's tricky because I was told by someone who knew a lot about the production of that show that Jon Favreau kind of had to put Dave Filoni in his place a little bit. Like kind of had to like show him who the boss was.
Someone was just tweeting about that they're convinced Favreau and Filoni actually don't like each other. I forget who it is. I'm so sorry if it's you. Someone was saying that.
Yeah, so I believe this because Favreau he's a good guy, I guess. He seems like a good guy, but I'm sure he has his own type of ego, and he's like, this is my project. Let's not forget that this is my deal here, even though you're the little lore guy. Right. And Filoni's great. So, I think there will be some, but if you think about the Easter eggs that Favreau tweeted out, it's very like original trilogy, holiday special, like stuff that he probably grew up in. So I think we're going to get a lot of Easter eggs from his youth, which makes me question, does, Darksaber come back? And you're right, James. I think it's possible that character Bo-Katan comes in, and then that opens that door without a doubt. And it would be cool to see that in live action. I think that'd be sick. But I think it's tricky because I think Favreau wants to make sure people know that this is his show and not Filoni's. So that may throw a wrench in it. But yeah, I think we will get your share of Easter eggs that are tied to Mandalorian lore, of course. But I think Favreau may kind of pull it back a little bit.
Yeah, I agree. I think in the trailer alone, we saw so many like references to things and oh my God, carbonite and stuff like that. Yeah. That I don't think you can make this show without having those little things here and there. I mean, when we saw the footage at Celebration, again, I always go back to this, but it was such a shocking thing to see. They're like roasting a Qualian monkey, like in the beginning of the clip. Yeah. It was very jarring because you're like, oh my God, it's so cute and it's getting roasted. It's kind of like the Porg thing. But I agree with John that I think you definitely had people like Filoni that were like, what about this? What about this? What about this? And then you have Favreau, who maybe isn't as crazy about lore and stuff, that could be like, I don't think so. I'd rather put this in. Or I'd rather put this from the original trilogy in than something from Rebels. I think you're going to see more references to the original trilogy than Rebels or that kind of stuff, only because of who is the head person on it. But yeah, I think we could totally see stuff. And like James said, he made a good point about the kind of like tiptoeing around of stuff, where you had Filoni being like, hee, I don't know. And it's like he does that like giggle when he doesn't want to answer things.
It's a weird giggle.
It is, but it's like so like obvious that he's trying not to lie because he doesn't want to lie, but he's also trying not to say anything. That definitely there is some stuff that we're going to see in The Mandalorian. And I know, Todd, you're super pumped, and I hope you had the best weekend of your life.
Oh my God, yeah.
Your time has come, my friend.
I got to say, like, I'm very curious to see what Lucasfilm and Disney overall think about Dave Filoni. Because I know fans love him, but I don't know that it's been proven to me yet that they really love him.
I'm going to be honest. We talked about this the other day, where we were like, oh, do normal fans know about The Mandalorian? I was standing at work with two guys that work with me, and I said, man, we're going to get a Mandalorian trailer this weekend. And one of them looked at me and goes, what is that? So
yeah.
And then
that's not Dave Filoni's fault, though.
No, but then on the same track, I was in my office and I was like, oh, blah, 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 Dave Filoni. And 3 people in the office go, who's Dave Filoni?
Yeah.
So a lot of people in my office aren't as crazy as I am, obviously, but they do know about Star Wars and are Star Wars fans. And a good chunk of them don't know who Dave Filoni is and what The Mandalorian is.
There's definitely this subculture of fandom that, and rightfully so, see him as the tie to George Lucas, and if they don't necessarily like what's going on now, it's like he's our guy. He's the one keeper of the flag, and I get that, but I definitely think I still need it to be proven to me that they're ready to let him do more. I think right now it's animation, and who knows what's next after Resistance. I'm sure they'll let him play back in the field of Ezra and all that stuff again, but
he's barely even involved with Resistance. It's like his idea.
Yeah, he
he's like
came
a
up with
producer,
the concept, but I'm curious to see where he goes next. I'm very interested to see what's next for Dave Filoni.
I could see him heading up
doing the shows, man.
Yeah. What did you say, Lacey?
I said I could see him heading up the story group.
Story group? No, really?
You don't think so?
No.
I could. Yeah.
He'll head Lucasfilm Animation or something.
Yeah, maybe.
Story group.
I just don't see him as the business guy. So like it's hard to put him in a head position of something that's not intricately creative. And
I don't know if they want him in charge of story group. There'll be a lot of squids flying around.
There already are. John.
The video games are just all squids.
All squids all the time.
Does he even have a lot of squids?
No. A lot of squids, a lot of purgles.
Yeah, that's like the only one that I can think of.
Purgles and Lothcats. That's all we get now as content. It's like the Lothcat show. We're like, what?
The Lothcat show.
I think people would like to see him kind of in like a leadership role of like not exactly what Kevin Feige's doing, but it seems like Kevin Feige's like, we're going to tell that story and this story and this story, and this is how it's all going to connect, and it's like run through him, even though it's obviously all these other people who are doing that stuff and creating it, like the directors and writers and stuff of their own movies. They're not asking Kevin what to do.
Like Dave Filoni's never going to direct a Star Wars movie. I don't think.
I think what he's trying to do now is he's trying to move up.
A live action, I mean. Like maybe he'll do an animated movie or,
I wouldn't be surprised if we see Dave also carry over to Cassian, also carry over maybe into Obi-Wan and stuff like that. And he's just kind of like this person that was the go-to guy for all the animation stuff. Now he's kind of the go-to guy for all the TV stuff. Maybe. I don't know.
They'll never fire him because then they'll be like, you just murdered George Lucas's protege and his legacy. So his job is safe. He'll never get fired.
I wonder who he's teaching.
Who he's teaching?
Yeah, I wonder.
You think he has a protege, or you think he's like, now it's mine? He's like, I'm not passing on what I learned. He's like Palpatine.
No, I mean,
just like
yeah, I don't know. I mean, like, I would be curious if it was like Sam Witwer, like if Sam ever made like the move or something. He's like, I've been working with Filoni for the longest time. He's taught me.
Really? You
so
think
much."
Sam
Oh,
would
no,
want
I'm
that role?
no. I'm guessing. I'm saying like
Mm.
years down the line because we didn't know. No one was really paying attention to what Filoni, years and years and years ago. But who knows?
Mm.
This is a long
Todd,
question.
get
Thanks
your
for yeah.
get your butt to Dathomir. Sam Witwer.
Oh my goodness. Guys, thank you. Well, Todd, thank you for your question.
Yeah.
If you guys want to be on the Jonas bonus question, you just got to ask one and maybe we'll choose it.
Yep. And you have to be a patron.
Yeah. I mean, you could always tag your Ask the Resistance with hashtag Jonas bonus and see what happens.
Jonas
And
bonus.
see what happens.
Yeah. Speaking of Jonas bonus, where he's going to be getting that shirt. We can probably say that now, right?
Spoiler alert.
Oh, no? We can edit this out.
He may
All
be
right.
getting a shirt. We don't know.
Yeah.
Bye.
Bye.